come check out our awesome channels on YouTube and Twitch. The Classic Quarter gameplay is just for you. I wonk you all the way. I wonk. I'll be back. I gotta go ride that Stegosaurus. It just won't leave me alone in my backyard. I'll see you guys later. I'll be back to tell you more after my caveman meeting and riding a Stegosaurus. I'm rumping the tump. I wonk. I wonk. I wonk.
Hey kids, I'm right. Dino back. Oh yeah. We're playing some Joe and Mac. Oh yeah, baby. Let's ride the Dino back. Yeet, Rex!
Cavemen and cave gals, what's happening today? It's me being surrounded by two generous, three monkey-like cave dudes. We are not talking about any of my favorite games today. Well, I know this might be. These guys look familiar. We're not talking about this, are we? No! No! No more! No more! Okay, we're talking Cave Ninja Joe and Mac. Cave Ninja, one of the greatest arcades I remember playing as well on the Super NES, and known as Joe and Mac. And its big variety of stories and games to go along with it. As well, the arcade was booming and making big bucks the big way with Data East. As well, the story maintained to many other consoles like the Game Boy, the Nintendo, the arcade mini series, and Congo, and that's another story to get into as we go. But many varieties of stuff. It ended up on the Mega Drive Genesis, and like I said, the Nintendo, the arcade platform, the Amiga Zeebo, and also back on Nintendo Switch and PC. And also DOS in the early years. But anyways, talking about Joe and Mac, Congo is one of the biggest things to talk about. And as well as we go, we play, and I'm playing into many sagas of thought within Joe and Mac. Joe and Mac NES, based off the arcade, which everything released in 1991, but the arcade first. But its counterpart on NES, very difficult and challenging as playing the bumpy roads with this wonderful game based off the arcade. Plenty of things to knock you off your feet and challenging in this platform on the regular NES. Very lovable, but very, very challenging compared to its Super NES counterpart. The wonderful Game Boy version of Joe and Mac. It really lives up to the name of Joe and Mac in Cave Ninja. Really plays through decent with the music and stuff, but pretty odd things within the game. And with a handheld button, if you have the original Game Boy, pretty much a handful of buttons, and you really don't want to be lugging around. But it's great for the go, and I don't mind the game, but I prefer the original Joe and Mac on Super NES out of all the Joe and Mac sagas, unless you're playing the arcade. But moving on to a better game that I do recommend, and not this small. It's a little clunky on play on the Game Boy version, but here's one that will really throw you to a good gameplay. But I want to share Joe and Mac Returns. As this title screen says, this is a great mini arcade that was put out that was really awesome at the arcade times, and it came out in 1994. Really amazing. You gotta try it. It has a bunch of, it's almost like a Bobble Bobble event if you ever played that game, or when like Balloon Pop, but you actually just go out whacking the dinosaurs, taking the characters out. It's a really neat game. You have a lot of cool stuff to do, and I think it's really great. You gotta try it. I have played at the arcade before. It's really, really fun. Survival of the Fittest. This is a really good game.
Is this thing on? Excuse me. Hello, folks. I brought my hot justice for you. Future me, Beardy Man here. My gorgeous locks and my sharp, futuristic glasses. Oh. So we got a special for you. I'm not playing no acoustic today. Mike gonna be playing the electric piano keyboard and jamming. Today we will be playing some Joe and Mac for you fans out there. Are you ready? Yes, Goldie Beard is here. Ah, kidding. Just ready? 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Joe and Mac is here for you. Got going all the way. Play with Warhammer clubs, keep with babes and backaboo. Whoa.
Now to talk about this brilliant game, Congo, and how the development kind of tied in with Joe and Mac, and yet it was its own independent game. Well, in the brilliance of 1993, the sequel of Joe and Mac, Lost in the Tropics, was being released at the same time they were working on this game. As with Joe and Mac 2, the Cave Ninjas we both know and loved, in Europe and Japan, Joe and Mac 3 was released after late release after Congo the Capers was released first. And due to America, that had Joe and Mac 2 before its name. So in the arcade was Lost in the Tropics, and Joe and Mac 3 was Lost in the Tropics, or Revenge of Interests of the Anonymous. And this was pretty interesting within the facts of this little neat game, and also it was released in the US. And so if you ever want to get a copy, I'm sure its value and rarities might be really up there if going off the line. Now I would play Joe and Mac the Cave Ninja Arcade or the Super Nintendo version, which I grew up falling in love with very much compared to the other versions. Now I will probably play this down future hand, and probably some other games as well, like my Ninja Gaiden trilogy, which I'm supposed to do, and I will have a better theory topic.
Feed me. It is time to fill up my tummy.
No, I will not feed you. No. I will not feed you. No. Well, there's a new villain in the Tiki Village and takes the power crown, the great crown, and now you must return it back to the Tiki Village. And this is how it begins on an adventure through Joe and Mac. You know, and Hey, Dan, could you hold the controller for me? I think I hear something. I'm gonna have a drink of my wine real quick. Take the controller and take over for me. Alright, I'm gonna get that door real quick. I just hear that. It's just annoying me, this tapping.
Oh God, who's there?
Joe and Mac lost in the tropics. There's a little confusion here. Alright, we're at the final boss. Welcome to my doom. Well, we gotta really be quick with this. If you get hit with those fists, you're gonna lose like at least close, pretty much 2 bars. It's better to get hit by a bone. And your hearts are only so limited. I'm down to 3 right now. And there's gonna be a quick kill, because I might actually knock him down. And I have cut a few scenes just to get to the end, so I want you guys to experience Joe and Mac when you guys want to be interested in such a great game. Then again, you know, a lot of this old technology also is a relic, it's an antique, and it's worth having sometimes. And then, you know, the more you mess up the stuff by producing so many duplicates, it destroys the value of the video game. This is why a lot of people that are really hard time gamers, even to this modern day, that grew up from the 90s and we still play games to the Xbox and Xbox 360, but we still always love the classics, and we're big collectors. And it makes it hard for us to get it. And also, it changes the value, so it screws it up. And if you really want some good money and you have a valuable game, you know, that's, you know, it makes it hard on the other person. So, you know, and it's also worse to have in a collection because you actually get, it always gave you that brag and always makes, you know, the gamer happy, you know. And I'm just playing this and reviewing it, and it's a challenge game. I love Data East games since I was a kid. I also love Konami games when I was a kid too, and then also Killer Instinct is one of my favorites, and I'm so happy Xbox One brought it back. I always was a Mortal Kombat player. I'm not too. A lot of people love the X, and I think it's cool that they love it. But to finish that drink and slam my controller. Well, that's that, Mac. That's the Joe by Bo. And Joe, don't forget the Smoke Joe. Smoke Joe's. Wait a minute. That's a whole different thing. That's 1960s. No way, Jose Bugs Bunny, man. We're going out. I've been hearing scratching. I finished the Joe and Mac game. I want you guys to experience for yourself. Subscribe if you like this video. And you know, I keep hearing scratching at my back garden. Thumping. I found foot tracks while I was taking a couple breaks in between. You may not have seen it, but you know, like I said, I didn't play. There's times I just don't play. Most of you know in my videos, I don't play the full videos, the full game. Sometimes I want you to experience it as the player, if you're a classic lover, truly to heart. But the fact is, I want to keep it short enough, because I make my videos super long, you notice that, and play a full playthrough. It's better on a Twitch channel and Mixer, so we do have one. We just haven't got much up there yet, so you know there's like 0. But also on Twitch and Mixer, mostly Twitch, they have a limited time of what stays up there. There's a premium services and stuff, so you can check that out. If you're interested in Twitch, you can go get involved. But you know, subscribe today, hit that thumbs up. We're going out. I'm finding out what's wrong, and we're gonna get that scratching at the door. Hot diggity dog, we gotta get going. That sound keeps getting louder and louder. I gotta see what that is. Good grief. I just defeated some crazy dinosaur out of the TV digital world. I hope nothing else is weird, strangely going on. But no way, I'm not playing Mortal Kombat X. I am not gonna play that. We're playing classic games. I know I did a few classics, but hey, maybe some Mortal Kombat, you little babies out there. Do not fear. I will deliver. But hey, that garden, I gotta save that garden of mine. I gotta eat my peas, carrots, and corn. Your P's and Q's come first, but no digital matter. And I've been hearing thumping. I've seen strange animals tracks for the past 3 weeks in that garden, and I do not know. It looks like it just cannot be. I know I love pathology and astronomy from my other channels, but it just can't be. I can't think what this. No, this can't be true. It's got to be an ostrich. It's got to be an ostrich. It can't. The footprint's huge. It's exaggerated. Someone had to plant those there. It can't be an allosaur. No, it can't be. It's an ostrich. There's no such thing. The dinosaurs are extinct. Yeah, they're the birds. There's no such thing. Let's go in the back and take care of that farm. Oh, I bet it's a freaking gopher. I'm gonna put a gopher trap out. Nah. Yeah, I'll check by my apple tree because that's where it's been hanging around my maple tree, sucking up the maple syrup and sucking its juice. You know, it don't prove. I have two apple trees in the back, and my maple tree. It's gotta stop taking those. It's like a cherry blossom burping bubbles. Let's go check it out. Hit that thumbs up if you have. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you later. I'm going out to save my garden. Those carrots must be saved. Thank you for visiting our wonderful YouTube channel. We hope you come back again to check out our other great videos.